Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with the Battle of Golymin, fought in 1806 between the French and the Russian empires, and we already have a little bit of a engagement going on here. There's some artillery crew being forced to abandon their artillery very early on into this battle here, and Murat there coming in with some hussars to save the day.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
But yes, the Battle of Golymin, fought in 1806, was a French victory in history. Will it be in this battle? So yeah, a few of you have been always like, oh Pope, why are you ruining the result of the battle by saying who won it right at the beginning? And I don't. I say who won it in history. They don't necessarily, the cause and stuff are usually historical, and like we try and get as historical as possible, like a setting as well, like the map. But the result can be as ahistorical as possible. So we have had plenty of ahistorical results in this one, and we'll see whether we have another one here today. Will the Russians be able to change history and win, or will the French win once again? We will see. But yes, Murat is here in this one, and in his 1806 corps, that only means one thing: a whole butt ton of cuirassiers. And oh boy, there are plenty of them here today. Hundreds of heavily armored cav are ready to duel with the Russians. So yeah, this battle, I mean, it was a French victory. The French outnumber the Russians at this one, about 27 to 38,000 against 16 to 22,000 Russians. French did potentially take more casualties though, but with the French, if the French already at this point are at the peak of their power, so they outnumber the Russians, it was only going to be a one-sided thing in history. But we'll see whether today that will be different. You know, the players available might have some different ideas, some different tactics on how to win this one. But it does look it's going to be a fight over the town here between the French and the Russians. I presume this is the main objective here, to hold this town. The cause that we have for the French, I am aware of, as we're looking from their perspective. We have Murat here, we have Davout, and then we have two Orgrus, which are the actual corps commanders at this battle. So I don't think we have a Dmitry Golitsyn, I think is how you say his name, the general for the Russians at the time. So I imagine we probably have, maybe he's a combat gen, I don't know. There's definitely not a Golitsyn corps. So I don't know what Russian corps we have, but we'll have similarly matched ones to the French in points necessarily. I don't think any Russian corps can match Murat's 12-point spam of cuirassiers, but it will be interesting to see how this one goes down. The Russians will probably have more infantry because they have probably 4 infantry-based corps, while Murat, obviously for the French, is bringing a lot of cavalry, so that'll be interesting to see how that one goes down. He's actually got an artillery piece up here on the hill as well as Murat, along with some dragoons, just to watch over his position and just watch that gun. That single 8-pounder there, just gonna, you know, start chipping away at the Russians. These 8-pounders here, I mean, though they're stuck here, they're not in a bad position. I mean, they're kind of hitting the hill, but if the Russians decide to come over that hill anymore, then they're going to get hit hard by the 8-pounders there. And it looks like we have got line infantry here shooting forward. The French at this point, it being 1806, the French, like their infantry, their line infantry is actually pretty good at melee. They're pretty just well-rounded faction. It's, like I said, they're at the height of their powers at this point. So there's some very, very good units. And we also have Laguerre here. I've seen some Carabineers early on in this match as well. We've got Hessian troops here as well in the Orgrus, these German allies. Willingly or unwillingly fighting for the French. At this point, kind of, I feel like willingly. Yeah, Fuzet's the guard of Hesse. It's cool. So yeah, that should actually be okay, you'd imagine. Yeah, more Fuzet's of Hesse. Full form square should be quite handy. And then lots of like line back here. Some Nassaus as well. And we've got the dragoons, plenty of those ready to go. So yeah, you've got like a mix of like light and medium cav as well to back up their heavies. Because otherwise they could have just slow moving cav. If you rely just on Murat for cav, then you're kind of at a bit of a disadvantage still, really, as the French. We've got Voltigeurs chipping away here. We've got Russians already forming up. Looks like a lot of like sort of, I don't know, serfs or conscripts there, sort of like being assembled as the first line of defense, probably to absorb any charges. And behind we've got plenty of musketeers getting ready for the next sort of onslaught. But yeah, like these like musketeers and these serfs. Act a little bit like Landwehr. Like they'll be pretty decent at just like sort of, you know, taking on a line fight. But if they get into melee, these guys are going to be in real trouble. So wrap pretty quickly. But you know, the Landwehr and like these surf sword guys, they kind of, you know, act as just like, you know, slowing down the enemy. They have plenty of guns that they can, that the French can fire off with them. French keep chipping away, but there's plenty of men to be dropped. And then we've got horse artillery here, which I guess is going to escape if any danger comes close to it. It's already firing canister, and it's firing canister to multi gears ahead of it. I don't know how smart an idea that is, but I guess maybe they see these guys as the biggest threat to the crews, which might be the case, to be honest. Yeah, nothing else really going on just yet. The French managed to occupy this forest here. Seems like the Russians were just a bit slow in getting here, which is kind of surprising because this is obviously the Russian side of the town. So the French managed to hold it close to the town. The Russians are going to have to storm it. But yeah, it's a battle I don't really know too much about. But yeah, the Battle of Golymin is a very unusual one, I guess. It's not one with Napoleon present, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so I think this is like a Russian forces on the retreat, I think. As far as I'm aware, like they're trying to retreat and they get caught here by the French. I think it's as far as it goes. I might be wrong, but I think that's how it kind of goes. They are kind of on the run from the Frenchies at this point. And they kind of have been caught here at sort of at the town of Golymin, just outside it, really, because the French are very much are in it. I think in history, really, the Russians held the town, but really the French managed to kind of already sneak in there. So it's a little bit ahistorical there in that sense. It's one of those battles that you can go away and sort of research yourself if you're interested, that's for sure. But yeah, we've got the Russians here. It looks like some Jaeger set up here. They're going to duel with the light infantry here and the line infantry of the Frenchies. Yeah, you can see being dropped, but not too many. Not like, you know, too horrendous. They're quite happy, quite confident to continue the fight. Looks like, yeah, actually, like, there's a canister strategy kind of working. They are dropping these like multi-gears, sorry. But, oh no, look at this. There's a oh no, I don't think it is all group, but one of the staff. One of the staff horse and their horses have been dragged on. That's kind of cool to see. Yeah, all the way from back here, Ogru's getting shot at. I imagine the other Ogru army must be a combat jet. We won't have two Ogrus on the battlefield, but I imagine everyone else is present, I imagine. Yeah, Murat is there. I imagine Dvu must be close to his core. Yeah, there he is. Just the one Ogru on the battlefield, and the other one will be a combat jet. But who it is exactly, but looks like the Russians might be a little bit outnumbered on this flank here. I mean, hard to say because of fog of war, but yeah, lots of line infantry here being set up, and some cav, and yeah, light infantry as well. And they're facing off against. Oh, they are facing off against some stuff. Looks like it's starting to appear now as the French advance a little bit. Nassau's people, also these Chasseurs Cheval here being shipped forward. I think they've had enough of the artillery there, and it looks like the Russians have seen it a mile off. And they've got dragoons here ready to challenge that. Something to also be aware of, but I don't know if I think the French have seen it, is there is a little Russian cav coming up the hill here behind trying to get that gun. There is a clash there as it looks like the dragoons are going to see them off. But yeah, it doesn't seem like either side want to commit too early just yet. It looks like that Chasseur Cheval maybe went for a dash. Looks like it's shot on its way here. Yeah, you can see the bodies. I think they got hit by artillery by the looks of it. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's is the risk of running head-on at artillery. You do get shot in the face. So yes, if you're enjoying all things NTW3 and would like to see some more Napoleon on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're on here, and a comment show support, guys. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to get involved in any sort of NTW3 battles yourself, then feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always. And I forgot that we have the American voiceovers on, because I've been playing a little bit of American Civil War mod and also showing off a few replays. So I forgot that if you don't like revert back to the vanilla, that you when you play NTW3, you just get the voices for the American Civil War mod, which is quite funny, and also great that the mods are kind of compatible. Apart from you just get American voices, it's kind of funny. But here we go. Looks like we're going to see a massive charge coming here. Looks like the Cuirassiers are ready to go forward. Murat is also here as well, just rally the boys. Seems like we're going to see Ogru going with another Chasseur Cheval, go for a dash. This will occupy one of the Russian cav here and allow Orgru's cuirassiers, I imagine, to go rushing in. Yeah, Murat's actually sending in some dragoons straight down the middle, and Orgru wants to retreat anyway. We're going to clash a little bit, but not so much, and the serfs here are going to get hit hard by dragoons. The French cav is redlining though, and so are the Russian infantry. There you go. French rally. The Russians are not. We're probably going to see French infantry move up and support. Yeah, the Hessians are coming. French cav retreated. In goes more dragoons. And yeah, we're going to see the Hessians at the moment go in. The Russians thought they were going to counter, change their minds. The guns didn't get got, but their carriages have been gone, so they're no longer horse artillery. That's for sure. Yeah, here come the Hessians and the cuirassiers, and they go. Imagine these guys might be okay in melee, but here go the cuirassiers. Charge on it. Slice the dice. Here go more Hessians. There you go. There's an all-out row on that front line. The problem is these more well-trained musketeers behind, they'll be debuffed with their morale because of their retreating troops, and they're fighting around them. That's going to be a problem. The Russian infantry will excel in melee, but whether it will while some of its fellow comrades are being broken, I do not know. The Chasseurs Cheval here actually winning managed to rout some dragoons and getting rid of those horse artillery. And we're going to now see cuirassiers swamping down here. Orgru on the far flank is also sweeping in. So yeah, that is a real problem. You can see the magnitude of the issue. Russia is shifting over reserves, but it's where they can get them there to slow down the cuirassier charge. Can't seem to stop the heavier cuirassiers, no surprise there. They're kind of thinning a little bit there on the Russians, be careful of that. Yeah, the cuirassiers slicing and dicing. They should win that, just sheer weight and numbers. It's 129, this unit's still alive. The infantry now for the other Orgru corps coming in. They're going to rout that skirmisher very easily. And you can see the Russians are running with their tails between their legs. Some squares are being formed here. That's good to see. More cavalry being thrown in. I don't know if that's a smart idea. You've got cuirassiers back into the Russians. But they are outnumbered. They can't deal with every single French cuirassier. Some of the Hessians are breaking, but that is about it. That's all that's really been broken. The French are still intact. The French cuirassiers are. Squares here need to start blasting. This looks like a guard unit. Since they're fully pooped on. This would be a sign of a guard unit. I don't think it is. There might just be a musketeer. Actually, the guards for the Russians have like gold trim everywhere. I don't think they have it. So there you go, more Russian cabbie broken to get this. I think maybe you're asking them more. I think maybe. Can't tell. There might be some good though. What do you straight in there? Yeah, I think they are just. At the end of the day, I don't think they are cuirassiers. And looks like, yeah, Hessian's breaking, but it doesn't seem like anything. But one of the cuirassiers broke. There we go. The Gros Show being broken by a Russian cuirassier. But yeah, slow going at the moment. I think the cuirassiers might want to fall back and prepare for maybe another assault. I think a line fight favour the French a bit. Grenadiers going in though. They're not slowing down. Fight to see how that one goes on. The French and the Russians both love a bayonet fight. Here comes Davu coming through the town, sending his line infantry, which does do well in melee. There you go, the Russians high on in that in the village there, in Golymin itself. The dragoons trying to support as well. Might just be getting in the way of each other a little bit, I do not know. Yeah, this battle was fought in December, so 26th of December as well, Boxing Day. The day after Christmas Day. What a festive time to be fighting. But yeah, so actually the snow kind of works for us. We are fighting in like Poland at the time. cuirassiers still battling away. Yeah, Ogru is just he's just sweeping on around. He's making this untenable here for this Russian play. Can't stay here forever. Got a general though coming up to support, trying to buff his cuirassiers. There are 2 units of cuirassiers here now, trying to hold back Muraz. He can do it, and it's a big win. They managed to rout some of these guys. Got Muraz going in with some dragoons, sneaking around this gap here, and I think he's going to go in for a cap charge. Oh no, it's the side. Cuirassiers, I thought it might go for the infantry. Did not, and we got actually Russian infantry joining that fray. The Russians have been routed here by Davout, so they are making a counter charge. They're getting pretty nasty musket fire as they go in though. And they're redlining the end. Once one route, they'll all start to rout. Dune's being repelled there as well by small squares as well. I say it's a small square, it's just a scheduled one. Yeah, the Russians getting pushed out. Seems like over here, the Rus forced the screen. Hopefully the Russians don't have too much in there. Not being fooled by that. Looks like they are shifting more troops in this direction. Hopefully they have like some decent grenadiers or something to try and throw these French back. I'm seeing a lot of musketeers. There's no like grenadiers necessarily. Where are Pavlov's grenadiers? Oh, this is not good either. France coming into the flank now of the cuirassiers, routing them. Like this Ogru Corps has been pushing really hard on the flank, which has been an excellent asset to the French. And the Russians have just been having to give ground because they either get outflanked. But the problem is by giving that ground, it's allowed the cuirassiers here to get outflanked themselves, and they've lost that cap fight. And they had a good chance of they were holding them at bay with the Russian cuirassiers. They were holding the French ones at bay. Yeah, the Russians are forming up another line. Reserves are being brought forward. They've got to stop the French somewhere. For the Tsar! For the Empire! Some of these Russians should rally. I don't know how many, but some should. There's a fair few units back there that look fairly healthy. This cav has been the issue there. A lot of cav has been used by the Russians so far in this game. Goons and sort of light stuff. And even the cuirassiers, I don't think they'll return. We've got Cossacks back in it, maybe being generals. They might need to get a few of those, or artillery pieces. The artillery, I think, for the French has been left in the dust. Yeah, you can see the 8-pounders are not catching up with all crews advance here. The Russians are trying to give way. The French are, though, I think generally are quick marchers. Whether these Russians will be actually able to outpace the French, I do not know. Still got a fair few cav units here and there, but I think they're more like Cossack sort of units. There are dragoons here, but they've got like smaller like Ulans and Cossack sort of units. I don't think they're going to stop the advance of the heavier cav. They've still got like things like Chasseur Cheval still to go in as well. They can always just take out Russian generals or artillery as well. I think the plan should be to reorganize here by the river. The Russians here, you can see, they're going to get outflanked soon by all the Drus holding them in place. All Drus going to do the flanking. This is a sizable amount of troops here. Either Russia's got to go or he's got to get like retreat. It's one or the other. Looks like he's going to go to the flank here and try and maybe upset all Drus. He can do that. Yeah, he's going to try and hit this tiny little unit, and then I guess he'll maybe go for the other ones. I think he should do this one. Looks like, oh, they're going to turn around and stop blasting the Russians. It's not a bad play. They might rout their own French, but they might unit here, but they might get the Russians as well. And it looks like the French have more infantry anyway they can throw in. It's a bold move, but I guess maybe a sacrifice by the Russians to allow the others to get back. They really need to. There you go, the Russians redlining. They didn't rout that French unit as expected, but they did get the Russians too. And yeah, Charles Boy bringing across, Muraz bringing across the other Dragoon here. But he is now going to leave open. I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world. This cannon is pretty much redundant at this point. But the Russians are going to get a win here, and they're going to get that gun on the hill. So yeah, the Cossacks are a nice little easy kill. And maybe that Cossack can now get in behind. There aren't any, there's another artillery piece here. And there isn't any generals or such or anything like that can really be taken out. There's Laguerre here can form square as well, so it should be safe. And again, the French going in, not slowing down. The Russians came across the river. And the French taking that chance. Another melee fight. you go, more cuirassiers. Oh no, this is Charles Boy with his dragoons going on there, smashing through that skirmisher line. Russians here, I think they've re-rallied. They're going to get broken again. There's 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, a lightning rout here. Oh no, Charles Boy, his dragoons routed first, but that was very, very lucky there for the Russians. Orgru's still flanking around, by the way. These Legate, I don't think they've seen action. The amount of work they've done is amazing here. They're actually shooting some cabs, keeping them at bay. The Legate here, flanking on around, just trying to threaten the flank, and the Russians don't seem to be able to get enough out there to allow them to stay there, basically. Like, if they had a couple of infantry units here, they could then duel the French, and they wouldn't have to keep backpedaling. But they are constantly backpedaling right now, and the Russians just, yeah, been on the back foot since minute 1. Russian cab breaks. The general for the Russians is just across the river. He's probably actually 2. They're in musket range for sure. The first one is. I don't know if the Russians have anything in this building, but they might want to think about putting something in that building. Again, that Cossack's going to go get another artillery piece. A bit of a win there. The Russians sending forward a lot of infantry in this direction. Oh god, there's a lot of infantry here. At least 3 units. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is just a skirmisher, I would think. Oh no, there is. There's more. There's 4 units in here. They're all just appearing out of the forest. And there's the Cossacks here. And there's more infantry coming across here. So they're going to swing into the side. They've got to get moving if they want to try and do anything to try and influence this fight. The Vu's very much entrenched in this town. Norgru just needs to keep on slamming on through. Murat, I think, is pretty much spent. Maybe not, actually. It's just, I think he's just back here resting up. He's getting ready. Still got a unit that's 156 out of 157. And then this other one, no, that's a... Oh, this is a whole unit. My gosh, that's why. And Murat's just put on top of it. Yeah, he's got some fairly healthy cuirassiers left. Just coming in, helping around those Russians there. Come on, Frenchies, form up a volley for your emperor. Napoleon, vive l'Empereur! The Hessian's still alive as well, some of them are. I think it's a light Hessian, like, who's theirs? I'm not sure. There you go, charge them in. There you go, boys. There's a general right here. Oh no. Oh no! Get out of there! The cuirassiers are coming! The cuirassiers are coming! Charge, actually. That's brutal. That's one way to lose general. A huge cuirassier charge against you. And there you go, the infantry going in, not allowing the Russian infantry to shoot to the sides of the cuirassiers there. Very nice done. That is one of the generals lost there. I think that's the Russian general being slammed by the cuirassiers of Murat. Yeah, you can see here the guns back here setting up. I think these are howitzers. I don't know if you've actually seen these guys in action. I think they're taking that long to get to the front line. Yeah, Orgru's now just finally smashed the remains of the Russian left there. But we are seeing some rejuvenation in this flank here. Russians are trying to, you know, recoup some on it. Cossacks got routed. I think he's trying to go against the square here. Yeah, breaking them from line infantry, also being forced back by French line. But yeah, the last little like attempt of a guys actually do something. They can't just be immobile like this. They need to try and, you know, move somewhere, get something done instead of just standing in front of line infantry. They're getting shot by carabineers, which are a grenadier unit, really. Grenadier Legate unit. Very, very good. And we've got, Jews coming out of the woodwork here. They're going to probably rout those Cossacks and then work their way down that Russian line. Charles Boy again, he's returned. There you go, they routed the Cossacks easily, and then those line infantry should go pretty quickly soon as well. And there you go, the Battle of Golymin. Looks like it's going to follow history once again. I can't see the Russians turning it around unless, I don't know, some huge Russian Guard army arrives. Carabiners coming in. Like I said, they're a grenadier unit, these guys. They have the big bear skins to prove it. They're an excellent unit. I mean, great in shooting, great in melee. Yeah, unfortunately the replay did crash, but we are pretty much back to where we left off. The French just storming around the building. We haven't seen another general getting killed here, so yeah, General Hitzi being sent in to die. Wasn't really getting killed by cuirassiers by the looks of it. Yeah, it looks like the Russians are all but finished at this point. It's getting mopped up. There wasn't really a lot left to show off. So we've got a couple of Russian units over here that are re-rallied, and yeah, they just need to kind of get sent back in, be killed once more. The French are going to win here at the Battle of Golymin, as they did in history. It looks like they're just going to storm the building. So maybe a general or a maybe. It's definitely a must-see, yeah, it's a general. Clearly, the Russians not giving up on Golymin just yet. But yeah, there you go, another general dead. I think that might be the one inside the building, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it might be one. Somewhere in there, there's a general dead. And that might cause a bit of a mass rout. But yeah, Murat still has a healthy cuirassier unit here, 133. One is still at 77, still 153. But yeah, they should just mop up these last few units here very easily. And looks like the Cossacks will nearly be finished off. And then yes, it just seems as though French are nearly done. So we're just going to fast forward now as we wait for the French just to mop up these last few Russians, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be too much time. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. It certainly was a fun battle. Something a little bit one-sided maybe. I feel like the Russians, like I said, just kind of on the back foot from the start. I think that left flank over there from Orguru really did make a difference. And just like swinging the Russian left, yeah, the French right, the Russian left. Just like they kept outflanking and outflanking and outflanking. And just cost the Russians, and they could never get set up properly. And yeah, that unfortunately did cost them. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully I'll put up the end results for you guys to have a look at. Sent in by Johnny Le Buffoon, who is playing as one of the French players. I think he's playing as Murat. So we are going to see a lot of kills here for the cavalry. We've got the Le Gros Cools here. One of the cuirassier units getting 476 kills. And then we've got 183 kills, 110, 106, 101. So yeah, all cuirassiers doing pretty well. This is a Hussar unit actually getting over 100 kills, so that's pretty good for them. But there are the rest of the kills if you want to have a look at those. But there you go, guys. That is the Battle of Golymin. Hope you did enjoy. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show support. And hopefully up on your screen now some other awesome NTW3 historical battles for you to check out. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.